Big thank you to KiwiCo for sponsoring today's video. We have had a very wet November. It is a rainy day here on the homestead, and I have a lot to accomplish here in my home. Now on this channel, I like to share very curated videos, things I am baking, things I'm sewing, decorating. I enjoy creating that type of inspirational content. But just like any other homemaker, mother, spouse, insert task and responsibility that you have on your plate, life can get overwhelming. There are certain seasons where it all feels very manageable, like something I'm able to accomplish without stress. Lots of work, yes, but not with stress. And then there are seasons where it all feels very overwhelming. So I'm going to talk about that today. When you're overwhelmed, when you feel like you don't have enough time in your day to get the things done that you need to. As I make some whole grain pumpkin chocolate chip muffins with some freshly milled flour, let's talk a bit about priorities. I think what happens with a lot of homemakers, women, mothers, we have a lot of things that we want to do, and they all can be very good things, but they can't all exist in the same life. I have to remind myself of this constantly. I have opportunities that come my way, whether that be an opportunity for a social event, maybe. I have one right now that I'm thinking about that I really want to do, but I know deep down I really can't make it work because it'll make any time leading up to it very stressful. But the temptation is there to say yes. If my past experiences about stress with all the things that we need to accomplish in our homes and whatever else we want to do, it's overcommitting is the enemy of it. There really is enough time in the day, or at least we know how much time that there is in a day. And so it's important to analyze that time and then only pack into it the things that will actually fit. That's really what it boils down to. Everyone has the same 24 hours, and we can only do so much with that. We have to be realistic about what that is. So as simple as it may sound, detailing and outlining what your priorities are is super important. Of course, maintaining your home with kids does present its own challenges. One thing that I love to help keep my kids busy and something they can all work on together is our monthly box with KiwiCo clubs. Big thank you to KiwiCo for sponsoring today's video. My kids get so excited when they arrive because they have age-appropriate learning activities that keep kids engaged but also teach them something. So KiwiCo is on a mission to help the kids of today be innovators, creatives through learning, play, tinkering, and creating. And that's why they created KiwiCo clubs. Instead of giving a single gift this holiday season, especially when kids are really bombarded with tons of different gifts and things from relatives and family and friends, KiwiCo clubs is a great way to extend that well beyond just this Christmas time season and give kids something to learn and discover all throughout the year. Each crate is part of a learning series designed to build skills, knowledge, and joy with every new project, making it a truly thoughtful and enriching gift for the holidays. There are 5 clubs to choose from. They cover everything from science, engineering, art, world discovery. KiwiCo clubs offer a continuous learning program that engages kids in hands-on activities that they'll love. As they progress through each crate, they'll develop critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and creativity, all while having fun. There are 5 clubs for kids of all ages and interests. So the KiwiCo Panda Crate is for babies and toddlers. KiwiCo Sprout is for early learning and pretend play. I have a couple of kids in that category. KiwiCo Labs is great for over age 6 and to help kids discover science and engineering. KiwiCo is offering Farmhouse on Boom viewers 50% off your first monthly club crate with my link, kiwico.com/farmhouseyt, or you can use the discount code farmhouse. That'll be linked in the description box below. Again, thank you so much, KiwiCo, for sponsoring today's video. I really think someone on your list would love to be gifted a KiwiCo club this year. as I start a sirloin tip roast for lunch today, let's talk a bit more about the priorities, because this is going to look different for everyone. We all have very different situations. So we have different numbers of kids, different ages of kids. Some of us live in the city. Some of us live where kids can run outside without you worrying about them being hit by a car. Some of us are older, some of us are younger, some of us have parents to help. We have different capacities due to personality. There's just so much to factor in that really what it comes down to is being realistic with your situation and what you value. So for us right now, the focus in this season of life is very much on home. We don't have a whole lot of outside obligations. We do things where we host, where we have people here. We do go to a homeschool co-op, but that's only once every couple of weeks. For us, the way that we're able to get the things done that we need to and to prioritize making healthy food from scratch, homeschooling our kids, really comes down to not taking on a whole lot outside of our own home. When you're overwhelmed, something has to give. What do you actually want? You have to ditch all the rest. Sometimes the priorities are more mental. Like I have times where I get really excited about some new project or some new design, and then all of my mental energy goes to that and I can't get done the things that I need to. So sometimes it's not even any kind of activity. It's just something that I need to, in my brain, say, okay, right now that's not the priority. At some point, maybe we can address that, but this is not that time and I need to make dinner, do the dishes, whatever it may be. With that comes my next tip for managing a home when it seems impossible, and that is to get moving. Do you ever have those moments where you have a little time, but you aren't really sure what to do with it? Here are some things that can always be done. Make food, even if it isn't mealtime. So it's never a bad idea to get some dough going, feed the starter, strain off kefir grains, get meat slow cooking, etc. Do a quick load of laundry, declutter a few things and put the bag in your van. Don't wait for long stretches of time. Just keep doing and do the next thing. Don't overthink the strategy or the order. I definitely think that we over-systemize and plan sometimes. Don't underestimate what steady action will do, even if the plan isn't super solid. In the morning, a lot of times I sit and drink coffee for a while. I don't feel guilty about it. I just sit there, boys pile on my lap. It's a whole thing. But after a while, I get up and I think, okay, what do I got to do? I have to start moving in order for this to not get ahead of me. And that constant action, at least during the day, of course, there's periods of rest, like in the morning, in the evening, maybe you designate one in the afternoon. But during the times where it's not time for rest, just move. And if you've simplified your home, which I talk about on here a lot, the more you can simplify your schedule, the inventory, what you are committed to, the more likely that even steady, imperfect action, not sprinting, will allow you to stay on top of the things that you've said you prioritized. The boys and I are making a new recipe over on the Farmhouse on Boone blog. So you can go over to farmhouseonboone.com and search sourdough pumpkin coffee cake, and you'll find this recipe. I am substituting the all-purpose flour for whole grain flour. It is so good. Perfect with, of course, a cup of coffee. There is something to be said for having good systems in place, and you'll find these over time. The other day, we were going to an event outside, and it was the first time that we needed coats. So I grabbed all the coats from the basement, put them in my big laundry basket that I keep in my laundry room, put them in the van. And that night we got home really late, so I didn't get the basket back out. And I was amazed at just how much that made my entire laundry process routine impossible. I have a system, I've talked about it on here many times, where I have 5 baskets in my laundry room. And so laundry goes from the washer to the dryer, and then a quick sort happens after that. I have a pile of socks, a pile of rags, a pile of towels, and then the rest of the stuff goes into those 5 baskets. It makes it to where I don't actually have to go put clothes away very often, usually like every couple weeks, maybe every 3 or 4 weeks, when those baskets kind of overflow, but that does not happen very often. So it makes it to where I don't spend a whole lot of time on laundry. It doesn't feel like a sticking point for me. It's not something I'm drowning in, but not having that one basket threw it off so bad. I didn't know what to do with the clothes that were in the dryer, with the clothes that were starting to pile up in the bathtub that's next to the washer. It completely stopped the whole thing. It made me realize how refining that system and making it work for me in my current situation and minimizing the amount of clothes we have took something that used to be more of a thing to something that I don't even think about. And I think that we can apply that to a lot of areas in our home. Simplify, prioritize, keep moving. Those are my tips. Hope you enjoyed spending this rainy, stormy day with me.